Hello, Divine. Yeah. I'm back. I'm live here once again. Gotta fill out my application for this job. So I keep. You keep. So I'm gonna sit here for a little bit while fill out this application. Today's date is 28, 1/28, 26. Yes, sir. Okay. Uh, 28, 26, 2026. Here's the one. Yeah, write all that down. Excuse me. If you know me, you know me. My sinuses be really bothering me. That's why I gotta get me a primary doctor. You know, it's important now. When you hit 50, yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure I do all of these things, take care of all this stuff. So, yeah. Boom. How you doing, Muhammad? How you doing, man? I'm just doing my application for my new job. I start tomorrow. I thought I was gonna be starting today, but didn't happen. So no, I don't speak Arabic, Mr. Muhammad. Boom. And Rubio. Boom. What it do though? I speak English. Filling out the application right now, Mr. Muhammad. I talk about a lot of things on here, like spiritual things. I speak about helping communities create new financial markets, things like that. I'm a very powerful, angelic being. This space not for everybody. You gotta be really tapped into your spirituality. to really understand what I speak about. You can't hear me. You can't. I'm not sure why. I appreciate that. It should be up. That should be better now. Yeah. That gotta be better. You hear me now? I appreciate you. Yeah, so yeah, you gotta be tapped in to the unknown to really understand what this channel is all about. It's about reality. You know, being a 12th dimensional being, you know what I mean? Should check out some of my shorts. You know exactly who I am, what I'm about. I speak about all these things on here. Not just come to show up. The divine that guide me. It's free will. So I kind of wanted to come on here anyway. I'm kind of used to coming here anyway now. I'm getting used to it. And I have time today. So like tomorrow, I don't think I'm gonna have time to go live. So it's gonna be a new journey tomorrow for me. Another journey. Already on top of this journey, on top of another journey. Yeah, you on Mr. Muhammad. That's cool. I hope mine cord, it seems like it wasn't working. So sliding in the basement. It's not this channel is not about like it's not about me going live, having this channel and trying to be important, trying to be a content creator, because I'm not a content creator. I only co-create with other individuals. We all have to co-create with each other. So, and it's important that we do these things, like co-create together. We have to. There's a lot of people in the world that's in bad predicaments and situations, and they need help. They need to see God. So God have to work through all of us as human beings, and we have to allow God to flow through us in action, not just telling a bunch of stories. You know what I mean? A bunch of the same stories we only heard over and over and over in our lifetime. Like me, I'm 49, I'll be 50. We need a new book because the world's changing. So we just can't talk about God. We got to be about God. And we have to allow God to flow through us no matter what. And a lot of times that's showing vulnerability when it comes to communicating with other individuals and giving away your energy. And so a lot of people like to protect that respectably. That's the best thing to do. But vulnerability is really a superpower because you already know if you're in connection with someone, rather having a conversation or beginning a friendship type relationship or a business type relationship, you already know how this person's gonna. You already know this person's character. So when you're dealing with another individual, you already have different ways you're going to deal with any individual that you encounter. And have a friendship type relationship or a business type relationship. And when you start to communicate and you start to network with each other and working with each other closely, and you don't want to really show any sign of weakness. Everybody want to stand up and be more like cautious and let people know, like, I'm not gonna let you know everything that I know. I'm not gonna really, you know what I mean? You hold things back. So that's a good thing, and that's also not a good thing because you may misjudge a person. So more than likely, we encounter people throughout our daily task. We encounter people where we have to really protect our energy, protect our minds. You know what I mean? Our mind and our emotions, because people really would play games with you and pretend like they would. They pretend like they understand and they the same type of character of person that you are when they're not. And they have, what do they call that word? I don't use this word in my word vocabulary, but have ulterior motives. And they're not meant for your best good, your highest good. So a lot of us, we protect that by not being vulnerable to other individuals. And this is what really separates us as human beings. So with me, that's where I'm really strong, when I use my vulnerability, because I know I can keep showing unconditional love and I can keep dealing with this person, even if they gonna get over on me some kind of way in this connection, whether it's a day, a week, couple weeks, a month, or a year. I always have a exit strategy to separate them from my life. Or maybe I even deal with them in a way where they can't maneuver and use me when they think they can, and then they realize, like, dang, I kind of really need to network with this person if I'm going to keep making money. And then, that's where your vulnerability kick in and your strength. And then you just can use them like that because they want to play games. So when they playing checkers, you just play chess without even playing chess. And you damn sure ain't gonna play checkers, because I don't. And I do it without even trying. I just keep, a good heart, period. So I think if we would open up more to other individuals, whether they can be dark, light, or however they come, and want to, confuse you, want to use you for their gain, and you can only see that coming like 10 miles away. So how do you handle that situation? You know best. You know yourself. You know yourself best. You just keep doing what you're doing. So when you're being vulnerable, it's not like you're being weak. Hell no, nah, you're not being weak. It's just like when they think they see a sucker, you only looking at a sucker. You know what I mean? Because they think you a sucker. You know what I mean, like that. So that's the way I move. And when I'm moving like that, a lot of people, they don't stay around long. So I've mastered that. And with me moving forward into business relationships and partnerships, it's going to be the same way with people. And then when you're moving forward into business relationships with people, there's going to be a lot of those people because they're out for greed and sneakiness, and want to be spiteful because you may be smarter or a better finesser than them when it comes to, when I speak about finessing, when problems come about, you're able to finesse yourself through the hard stuff that they can't do. And then you would take them along with you and you show more strength in them, and people get jealous of those things. And that's where where your vulnerability kicks in at, because you can think under pressure, because you like pressure, you need the pressure. Because if there was no pressure, what is your purpose? That's the way I look at it. It worked for me. I can show people. You watch my little stuff on here, you'll see. That's what I'm doing. I was broke down in the truck, and I got away from that guy when he think he was trying to finesse me. No. You know, I just kept moving and through some rough times. Even with my car situation broke down. And this guy, he got a mechanic shop. That's the reason why I bought the car from him. Because if there was something wrong with it, he can fix it. He didn't do that. So when he think he made me pay for another pair of rims that I didn't need, it only helped me in the long run. So when I just used my strength, like, and I, you know, broke down, I found the shop. I figured my way back up, you know what I mean, back home when the snowstorm was on the way, and I was worried. Hell yeah, I was worried. You know, and I was just talking to the Most High the whole time. I wouldn't say the whole time because he like just be yourself. You know, they don't take a lot of tricks and stuff like that. It's just take a lot of consciousness and faith. When you know you can't see it, the divine gonna make a way, but you got to go out there and get it because of the traps. That's what I do. So if all of us can open up a lot more and be vulnerable, it helps because when you're not vulnerable, then you're stagnant. You know what I mean? You're really stagnant, and you then you sitting around spinning around cycles, and then when you know the universe and the divine starting to work with you, you feeling the vibration, you feeling that you know connection. You don't know what to do with it, but you know it's something there, and you're like, man, what do I do? And it can go infinite different ways. So it's look scary and challenging, and then you start questioning your purpose. What's my purpose here? Just keep being you. Like my purpose is to fill out this application to start my job tomorrow, and keep working on my projects. And I was facing the weekend I was facing some hard times since last Thursday. You know what I mean? I had a rough time, and I just kept going. And that's what I did. And I was vulnerable when I bought the car. Because one thing about it, I knew when I saw the car, I'm like, and I didn't really see the car. I was looking at another car. He guided me to this car. The guy where I bought the car from, when he guided me there, it was like, man, this divine mother and father gave me this. You know, the mother God, the father God, they gave me this, they showed me this car. So, and they didn't do me right. So now I got to spend like close to 6,000. I just say a cool 6,000 fixing this car. But at least it's at a mechanic shop that, you know what I mean, came out of nowhere, that know what they're doing and enjoy working on my type of vehicle. So we communicate with each other, and I'm vulnerable. That I have, you know, my vulnerability is my strength. So they may overcharge me, but I need a car. At least I can build a car from the ground. It's mine for the next 15 years. And I don't have to worry about it. So I'm getting a lot of things taken care of on the car. Excuse me. So you just have to be more open instead of closed off, because that creates separation. Even if you're around people that don't want to reciprocate your energy and understand the way you understand, you still need them. So it's good to give yourself away to people, even if you think they're not gonna respect what you do, or respect you for your mindset, respect you for your heart, respect you for your spirit and what your soul carries to your core. And so that's like somebody, you know, you may be a Christian and you don't want to be around people that sinners, but how would you know to be a Christian without the sinners? So it's always lessons there for anything, no matter which way it comes. Especially if you're enlightened like me. Yeah, I've shed tears, still will, you know. sometimes when everything seems like it's piling up on me, I turn around, there's nobody in the physical. And I just keep going, man. No matter what. I just keep doing it for me. And that's what I do. It works for me. And like, I'm not just sitting here just talking about these things and preaching about these things to nobody. I'm showing you in reality, in factuality, like, hey, this guy's really doing the work. And that's what I do. I do the work for myself, because if I don't go out and do the work, like, shoot, I'm not gonna have nowhere to live. I've been there without nowhere to live. And then when you don't have nowhere to live, you're gonna have to be vulnerable. Either way, it's either good to, like with me in my situation now, I found another job and I lined that up. I start now my new job tomorrow, which should go pretty good here. And I just kept going. And like that don't mean nothing gonna stop. Like, oh, it's the end of my journey now because I got another job, and it's a good job, just like the last job. It has its pros and cons, but to me, it's all pros. Ain't no cons. So I just come on here and show people. I was guided to, and that's what I do. So I wouldn't say like this is my purpose to come here on YouTube and speak about my life and share my life with YouTube here. I'm tired now. Really, I'm not. I've been resting up the last few days. So it's been, great that I did get a lot of rest. But I'm sleeping on my blow up bed and it's killing me. But other than that, at least I do have a roof over my head, somewhere, something to lay on, food, lights, heat, water. I have all my necessities, so that's beautiful and so blissful. Because things like if I was in another country, could be worse than this. And then I'd be screaming, kicking, and snotting, and crying, and hooping and hollering, and everything, begging for God to help me out. So I'm grateful and thankful to be in America, where I can really create how I want to create. And I have to respect that. So with me being vulnerable through any situation, so be it and so it is. I have to be. That's how I learn things. So really, we really have to be more open as, humans. We have to be. It's hard to be that way. I'm speaking for in America because I don't know a lot of the country other than what they show us on TV and what some people speak about in their countries. Because some things, that they show us on TV when we meet, and some things that they show us on TV from other countries, people from their country, when they come here and I speak with those people, they say it's not like that. It's not. I mean, you have areas like that, but it's not like that. It's nice there, and that's like in every country. So I can't go off of what TV shows me and what they speak about on TV, and I have to be more open to dealing with the people from those regions and communicating with those people from those regions and here in America. And some of them can't speak English that great, so they kind of more reluctant to not communicate with Americans because they think you're gonna, you know, they think you're gonna not allow them, not give them the patience to not to be patient and listen to them talk because their English is not as great. So I meet a lot of people that's here from other countries that don't speak English that great, and they'll say quick, "Oh, my English is not that good," but I'm like, "Your English is really good to me." It's just that Americans need to slow down a little bit more for other people, with other people from other countries when they're trying to speak the language and communicate with us. We have to slow down a lot more and be more open to um, getting to know people from other countries. So when we're having conversations, we definitely have to slow down and give them a chance to speak and talk and really allow your spirit to flow. And then that way, when they're speaking and talking, that's what's happening. Your spirit is flowing, and that when they're speaking and talking, then they may not be able to say a word or a phrase correctly. You can help them with it, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, thank you, you got it." They hugging you and everything because it'll be the same way in their country, and I would expect the same thing from them if I'm in Brazil or something. I'm speaking Portuguese, and I'm learning. I wouldn't like Portuguese, the Brazilian people that speak Portuguese, and that's their language in their country. I would like for them to slow down and help me say the words and phrase the words correctly. So we have to do the same thing here for other individuals from around the world that comes to America. And that's where spirit kicks in. Now, before, like, you see me on here and I'm like, man, blah, 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 blah. I get the cursing and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll be frustrated. Now I can be a lot more calmer now, so that's what I have to be more conscious of. Like, relax. You're okay now. So with this job here, it seems like it's gonna go pretty good. Seems like I thought this about all the other jobs that I had. Since I've been doing lives, since my first short, actually, this is my fourth job. So if you go back to my first short, however many months that was, um, that equals to 4 jobs in that amount of months. I'll say like 5 months or so, like maybe 5 months. It's my fourth job. And people say, "Hey, you need to get with a job and stick with a job." I'm like, I'm trying, but look at my last job. The guy had me broke down in the truck. He had me going through a snowstorm with no brakes on the truck. I'm supposed to take this. What am I supposed to do? Kill myself trying to keep a job? No, I'm not going to do that. That's not fair to me. So, us being vulnerable is really a good thing. You just have to really believe in yourself and trust yourself. That's because, like, we've all been in situations where we went to work with somebody, not actually working, but trying to help someone and work with them while you're helping them try to get on their feet or whatever. And then they don't appreciate it. And then they start, pulling back and going another way, and then start causing you problems. And then now you're getting frustrated. Now you guys start bumping heads. Yeah, we all been there. And then you don't want to go around those type of people no more. And then you want to, get away from those people and with respect, heck yeah, because you don't want to lose yourself. It happened to me. But I don't have to give myself away to people like that. So no more. And I'm grateful for that. I'm thankful for that to the Most High and the Divine. So I have that support You know, it's supernatural, it's spiritual, but it's really in my physical now. So I don't have like a purpose because my purpose can be anything that they want to get me to do. So I just stay open to that. So I stay open to that spiritually. It's hard paying attention to this type of status, I would say, because I'm at a certain status spiritually first and then physically. So I've came a long way. I did a lot of work. I worked hard to get here without even really working hard. I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, and you know, when the divine they came in and they worked with me a lot, they helped me out big time. And there's nothing nobody can see, but you can see if you tapped in, like you can see my journey. You know, like if you're at your certain status when it comes to your spirituality, you know, uh, working with the unknown, working with the divine, you know what I'm talking about. So the channel not just based off me being live, because somebody can find this and use this as a tool and a guide moving forward. But better yet, just even networking with me. You know, they can come in and say, "Hey, that's Tribe right there." Boom, yeah, Tribe. This is Tribe. What it do though, Tribe? You know what I mean? Let's put in this work. You know what I'm saying? Like it's time. So paying attention to this is hard because a lot of people don't know. When you think people know, they kind of talk about these things, and then when they see that you know a little bit more than them, or they think you know more than them, or and that's basically what it be. Because I experienced that a lot now, and people tend to kind of really um, kind of have a little jealousy because I can be that way too. You know what I mean? When I'm into my ego, if somebody came in and they knew more than me at this point and stuff like that, and we were talking, and then my ego can get in the way, and then I can be jealous of that person. But I check my ego, like, hey, back up, man. So my higher self kicks in, and then I check my ego, and I pull it back, and I start being teachable. I open myself up to be teachable. So that's what I do. I could be led. I'm a great leader. Somebody else can be an even better leader than me, going in certain directions. I may be a great leader in trucking. Somebody may be a great leader in the restaurant field. Somebody may be a great leader in construction. I have to follow them. Like uh, I'm good at logistics. Somebody good at building bridges. You know what I mean? So I have to leave myself open to receive information about um, building bridges, so that way I can be teachable and learn how to build bridges. Well, let's say if I start once I start my companies, once I start building my companies, moving forward, somebody may come up with the idea like, hey man, it's good about this company. They do build roads and build bridges. They may be knowledgeable about it, and all I have to do is just work with them and let them explain these things to me. And the good thing about acquiring a business as such in that type of construction, and they know the map and how to do things, but I have to learn the lingo and learn certain things. I have to learn a lot of things as far as in the business aspect. I don't have to learn about being a construction worker out there. I can just learn about being part owner of a company and just so on like that. So I would have to be open to other information and let somebody lead that direction. Because we can all be great leaders, but it takes being our vulnerability to, you still have to be vulnerable. That off. You have faith. Oh God, let me scratch off 1,000. When you're trying to scratch off a ticket instead of going to put in the work and working with somebody that's into logistics, somebody that's into the education um, sector, somebody that's into the restaurant sector, and networking with these other individuals while you've been on this job for 25 years, and I'm gonna get ready to retire in 30 in 5 more years. It'll be 30 years. I got my big 401k, my retirement money coming in. Oh, I go buy houses and remodel those, and then you don't have the experience, and then you can fix them up and sell them. And a lot of people not going that direction no more because real estate is expensive now, and the building materials is super expensive. And then you got to hire somebody to build these things because you can't do them yourself. Even if you try to go and do them yourself, you're gonna be overworked. You know what I mean? Then you're gonna go outside of your budget just to make $10,000 off fixing up a house, and it took you 4 or 5 months of hard work, and you do that 2 times a year, and now you got 20,000. So that's why, for me, if I want to invest that way, somebody has to have a company already built doing those things. And then all we have to do is speak in the business aspect of um, um, flipping houses. And I don't have to go out there and hammer and nail and stuff like that. I could just be an investor. But I would want to know what's the purpose of buying and flipping this house in this area, or what's the purpose of buying this house in this area. You know what I mean? Because somebody know real estate. They know, like, in 5 years it's going to grow to this amount, blah, 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 blah. They can break all that down. So now I have to learn that. So I have to stay open. Yeah, people can tell you lies, but if you listen to your intuition, you know what I mean? You're going to be able to discern if this is a good investment for me or not. So being vulnerable is not a bad thing. I mean, if you're walking with spirit, you're walking with God, like, people gonna play you. Like, yeah, they say, oh, you're gonna get it back 10 times, 100 times forward or whatever. I don't know how that is. And it's not in my reality right now. It's all work. If I get it back 100 fold, I got to put in 100 fold. I got to put in 100 fold of hard work to make that 100 fold happen. It's not gonna fall out of the sky. Yeah, the blessing's gonna come in between what I work towards. You know what I mean? That's what I put out to the cosmos, that type of energy. So I keep vibrating that high. You know what I mean? So now I'm on a certain frequency. When I'm on that frequency, I'm gonna start receiving things back that, you know what I mean, that I put out. You know what I mean? So, and that's just me being myself. So I'm part of that, you know what I mean, with the universe and the cosmos. I'm that same energy. So it's me the whole time. So it's really like me versus me. So it's not really about being vulnerable, but yeah, it's about you versus you when it comes down to, yeah, I can be vulnerable and open up to this person because I can only really trap myself. Yeah, they can only try to trap you so far, and you know that. But you know what I mean? But you got to give something a chance, and then, like, you could be on some takeover type stuff. You know what I mean? That's how people buy out other companies. Like, other companies, when they merge or whatever, and let's say management not doing something right, and then when they're not doing it right, they're on the board. What do? Kick out the bad people, and then they take over, put the good people in place. So that's my mindset, like, moving forward, and just my consciousness in life, on this 3D realm, on this 3D plane, with big energy. You know what I mean? So I'm a high dimensional being because I can balance that duality in my consciousness of, like, even if it's bad, I just alchemize it and spin it around to something good. And I just keep doing that 1,000 times a week. That's what it seems like sometimes for me. And it works for me. And I show that on here. And I'm steady growing. And I've been awakened like this about 5 years ago. I've been through a lot. And then next thing you know, it's like, boom, everything else gone, but then here's the divine sit. And it goes slow. It's really, really slow. You look at my little stuff on here from my first video from a year ago. I was stuck in a box in the room. I couldn't move, but I was still growing spiritually, and I was going through some other things. I talk about my stories on here. And I just keep trying to be more like this, more calmer now. and I need to keep that in my consciousness. So it's like now I'm starting a new job. Now my mindset is shifting. So now I'm just evolving into even a higher conscious state of where I was yesterday or last week. And I just keep doing that. As you know what I mean, I live this life as a human being here on this planet. And I just show grace for anything and everything. Like, shoot. Even through breaking down on the road in that truck. I appreciate that because it helped open the door for this job. So, I mean, nothing ever going to be perfect. I mean, when when it comes to living life as a human being and creating and building new um, streams of revenue, new financial markets, and just rebuilding communities the right way, the angelic way, the heavenly way, the righteous way, the truthful way. So, with all the bad energy that's there, we constantly got to work through it. And so, without conscious, just got to stay conscious, as conscious as much as possible, and then start moving like the Bible scriptures, like the Quran scriptures say that you should be this way and that way. We don't need nobody to keep telling us the same story over and over and over. And then it's like we sitting there pausing, oh, praise God. And then like now when you put that down, you go to work and start acting a certain way towards it. Oh, I gotta stop. Oh God, just come get them. You know what I mean? You starting to do that. Instead of stand up like, hey, hold on a minute. And then you would think you want to judge yourself because somebody pulled you out of your character. And then like your dark side kind of like showed up, but to match the energy. You know what I mean? I bring good balance to that in my life. I mean, I let people in situations pull me out of my character um, when I don't want it to, and then I just keep calling it back, my power back when that happens. And I look at ways like, dang, how could I handle that different? Or how can I work on myself more to not allow situations and people to pull me out of my character? And I just keep that conscious and I just stay like that as much as possible. I mean, um, it's hard work. And so we got to keep doing the hard work, keep putting in the hard work. So that's our responsibility. Like here and now, you see me sit today, I'm a lot different than I was from other videos. And I'm working on shifting my mindset to something, I don't want to say greater, but something greater. I want to use it in a manner like what people think of greatness, like it's some big, but it's just infinite. You know what I mean? You just move more into um, infinite energy, source energy. And it's beautiful. It's hard to embody this type of energy because you have to be conscious all the time. Like I've been around people, they're like, that's just, I'm thinking too much. Wait a minute, my mind, I need to slow down. I want to keep thinking. That's too much thinking. And I was around a lot of people that did would say stuff like that to me. And then I knew I was just constantly steady going. And even when people burn their bridges with me, I didn't just stop dealing with people when they burn their bridges. But at this point, like my energy is important. So that's why I come here and link up with the collective and call in my tribe. Some people, I ran into on YouTube, they say communicating like, okay, that's good. And then they back off. That's what happened with me. They would back off. They don't, and they would question the connection, I guess. Or they may not feel that they're ready. They may not feel that it's real. But everything that comes with me is real and authentic. I don't want to say the fancy words about, I don't want to say the fancy words how a lot of people use fancy words when it's speaking about tapping into the unknown, the universe and source and the most high God and all your ancestors and archangels and all those things. I don't like to come with the fancy words. Uncut and authentic me. So I'm here doing my application now. Go pick up my another truck tomorrow with the new company. So and with the new company, I'm gonna be going live because I'll be in New York City, driving through the city. So that'll be something exciting, to share here on YouTube live. Our work that I do, and when I come on here and speak, I don't come on here to speak just to be a content years. Well, I mean, I probably can, but not to, get paid, or monetize, or whatever, off of a platform. Money. I just use this for a tool to connect with other individuals around the world. That's what's good about this channel. Creative Source taught me that. You get it? If you know, you know. So yeah, I can, be a lot more comfortable and at ease and then more in peace, especially moving forward on this channel. Cause like, yeah, I get in here cursing and frustrated and things going like this and like that. I'm like, oh, I gotta show up here. Oh man. So I just keep doing my part. I'm at 40 something minutes already. Time is valuable. And that's all it is energy. I'm giving up my energy because what we're gonna be able to live here. I mean, the average lifespan of a human being here in America, I say a melanated American being like me, our average lifespan is about, let's say 85, I guess, 85 years old. So I'll be 50. Let's say I'm 50 now. That's another 35 years. I just spent 40 something minutes here. And I'm supposed to be doing this application right here while I'm here, and I was going to do that while we were talking, but I mean, I stopped this to just start speaking my truth. Like when they speak about the road less traveled, this is the road less traveled. It's not easy. It's hard. It really is. Because you have to wait on things and go through things and go take people crap. And people can really do a number on you. I mean, it happened to me, my family. Yeah, that was a big one for me. And God showed me like who these people are. And there's a lot of people like that here in America. People good pretenders. But you can only see it like it's either like you pretend like them to have nice cars and money and stuff like that, or you don't pretend like them and just wait on it. And you just create your own financial market. And do that. Traveling this road is lonely. I've been feeling it a little bit today. at times, in and out. But things starting to seem to be panning out. So let's see how this new job goes. Everybody, they don't want enlightenment. Everybody don't want God. But let something happen. They'll be wanting God and enlightenment in the whole 9 yards. And it'll just be them standing by themselves. And people like me, I just leave them sitting there like, I can't help you. Like, because I only see you. You know what I mean? And I can see you. So what's the use of me helping you for you to play with yourself? Because that's what's gonna happen. You're not gonna play with me. You're just gonna delay me or irritate me, frustrate me or something. But you're not gonna stop nothing. I was worried about getting paid for my job. I got paid from that guy. He's calling me now after I'm, committed to another company. And I'm like, I didn't even answer this guy. It's not even, what's the use of me answering him? I left my freaking cell phone holder in that truck. Now I gotta buy another one. You cost me money, man. I need that little change. You know what I'm saying? I keep buying these cell phone holders. I probably on my fourth one. Like now, this one I can have sitting on my desk. I'm gonna use this for my truck now until I can get to Staples. That's where I got this one from, and this is the one I actually had been looking for. And so the ones I was getting from the truck stop, I thought it was this cell phone holder here, but it wasn't. And it, when I try to squeeze it to get the cell phone out, it keep closing back, and I'm like, man, I thought they started making them cheap, or they wasn't as good as they were before, but it was a whole total different brand. When I got the Staples versus the one that was in the truck stops, I'm like, yes, I found the one that I've been looking for. But I don't have no car to get to the thing on Staples, man. Yeah. I gotta go down and pack up my food. I got my clothes picked out for work tomorrow. Got pretty much everything set up so I can start my day tomorrow. I just have to pack up my food and put everything together. But after this live, I'm gonna finish this application because I need to turn this in tomorrow when I get there. I can have this squared away, and we'll see what's next. I can't wait to get things going as far as my companies that I'm gonna be launching. Once I get those going, man, that'll be something. It really will be. dice. See what the dice say for today. Way to go. That's what the dice said for today. Way to go. That came from my mom's house. I think my nephew, let's see. Yeah, I think when my nephew graduated, just like one of his graduation dice. And it was sitting in the room, so I just took it from me. And then when Spirit started coming to me and, and working with me, a lot of things they were saying was on the dice. And I'm like, okay. And I just started doing that now. If you look at my other lives, I don't usually do that. It's like my second, maybe third time rolling that dice. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of people going to be piling in, loading in on this channel in the nearest future. Once they see this first connection start going in this business, everything I'm speaking about, and people here making money can speak about it here. You know what I mean? Everybody gonna be like, oh man, like, it's like, it's not about making money. It's about unconditional love, period. Yeah, you can see me growing again, like I'm going through another transformation. Believe me, things get ugly. I can get frustrated and come on here and, man, that job didn't work out and stuff like that. I can come back like that. Like, that's a possibility. Fussing and cursing and everything and frustrated. Yeah. I can't get like that. But me, I make sure I make everything count. You know what I mean? Every move I make got to be a calculated step. So it's important for me to be conscious of that at all times. So I just come here to share my little stuff here on YouTube. Throw up a live, throw up a short. Usually I try to do a short every day, but I was going to do a short with me going to do my laundry today. But I'm like, heck no, I got to walk down this steep hill and it's slippery, the snow, you know what I mean, still here, and it was cold, and I got this basket, and I had to make 4 trips back and forth. And then I didn't know, man, what I did was I put my dirty clothes on top of my clean clothes. It was in a basket, and I thought all my clothes was dirty. I really didn't even need to do laundry. But that's how, you know what I mean? Like, I had everything everywhere, and I was tired, and I lost track of myself, you know what I mean? So I was like, I need to do better, man. Because I really didn't need to do laundry. I still had clothes to last me a whole nother week. But I did need to wash my blankets and stuff, like you see hanging up in the back there. That's my blanket with the truck that we're gonna be on. I don't need a heavy blanket like that, but this one I can keep this in the truck. When I was broke down in the other truck, and like when it was cold, then I can get under that blanket, and it'll keep me warm. So it'll keep me warm with temperatures like at -10. I can get underneath that and really be warm with the sheet underneath that, and I'm good. That's the blanket I usually have on my trucks. You know what I mean? When it's really cold outside. And I used to work for guys that say, hey, don't idle the truck, leave the truck running while you sleep at night because it's going to burn gas, burn diesel. So they don't want you to do it. So I would get heavy stuff like that to try and save people money. See what I mean? And like, we don't want to give ourselves away like that to people. and then you don't go nowhere with them. But I got some nice things that's aligning. You know what I mean? The divine has some nice things aligning right now. They really do. Man, you see my short from last night. My neighbor over there. She been helping me out. She mean. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me, I don't like to bother with it too much, but she used to check on me. Hey, you need a ride? Just go to the grocery store. You know, like on Saturdays. I'm like, yeah or nay. And I ordered dinner, or breakfast or whatever. And so I took her out, you know what I mean? She picked that place out and was like, yeah, I've been here before. It's really nice. It wasn't like no date or nothing. Like I don't play like that. You know what I mean? But like I say, like we all need to stay vulnerable. And, you know, she helped me out big time because I don't have nobody here to help me. Like the guy, like, can you get a ride? Which is about an hour and a half drive from here. Can you get a ride here to pick up the truck? I'm like, no, I don't. I don't know nobody here. So he made another way, and things looking pretty good. You see how more relaxed I am now. Like, man, like I got paid. I was worried about getting my paycheck. You know what I mean? Once I got that, this morning I woke up, it was in my account. I'm like, yes, I'm okay now. Thank you, Pop. That's why I do this. You know what I mean? I'd be like, thank you, Pop. I appreciate it. Like, cause like Most High, like sitting right there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, man, that's my heart right there, man. Like how it's working in my life, like I didn't expect this, you know what I mean? Like for God to be working like this in my life. And like the way a lot of things came and things I share on here, like I've experienced with my own eyes and things I'm going through. And I didn't expect it. And it's been hard as hell, man. It's not gonna get no easier. But as long as my finances keep coming in where I can take care of myself and take care of things that I needed to take care of like my dental is like my biggest thing. But now my car got in the way. I gotta get my car. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna make my dental even worse. Like, excuse me. But I'm gonna see if I can at least start taking care of this. My dental, like I have to. And I need to get to find me a primary doctor. And I've heard here in Massachusetts, they say they have the best healthcare, I guess, system. So I met a guy. He said him and his wife moved here because her mom was sick in Massachusetts had the best healthcare system. So that's why they moved here. So I did get good feedback on that. So I definitely gonna be looking forward to having me a primary doctor. I mean, I'm in good health, but you know, I'm 50 and like my eyes, like I can't see the screen now. I have to put on my glasses to see. So I'm getting older. I think this is the most relaxed I've been since I've been on. No, I wouldn't say this is the most relaxed, but maybe so. I think so. This is the most relaxed I've been since I've been sharing videos on this channel. I really feel good. Like what's flowing through me right now, like you have no idea. It's so blissful. It's not. It's uncomfortable. I can't tell you that it's uncomfortable. It's like how I'm feeling right now is flowing like in my inner being. Like yeah, it's uncomfortable, and I've been learning how to embody this type of energy. It's different. It's not easy. And I've been waiting to link up with people like me. Like I really want to. I'm ready to get to work. Try it. Man, y'all know what time it is, man. You need to come holler at me. Man, the kid tired. For real. Like I can use some help in my physical. Like I'm tired, but I'm not tired. I think it's old sleep. It seems like, like I can, like in my inner being, in my consciousness, like it's like I want to feel like I'm bored. Like, man, it's boring. There's nothing to do. But then that's my ego talking. Then I'm like, shut up, man. You tripping. You all right. Stay in your peace, man. That's beautiful. So my higher self has to kick in and remind me of that, like to push that ego away to make me feel like I'm bored. Ah, man, it's bored. I wish I had me a woman around. I started, you know what I mean? Thinking all those things when I don't need that right now. I could use it. I would like it. Yeah. Um, but I can't date like a regular woman. Like it's not like how would I speak to a woman that don't you know what I mean? It's not tapped in, basically. You know what I mean? Like I don't have time to teach like that. I have important things, you know, I have important responsibilities from the Most High. So I have kingdom responsibilities here on the planet. And I know what they are. It's a lot. It's heavy, boy. It's really heavy. Super heavy. I can do it. Ain't nothing to it. I really can. I'll work with anyone. Attention to like when people speak about kingdom responsibilities, they just like I see them speak that on here, but they never linking up with nobody. This is all talking, and then they got a bunch of people in the group and they're talking and they just telling damn stories, man. Excuse me on that. That's what I frustrated. Just telling stories. Man, I'm so tired of stories. I'm sick of stories, man. Like, oh my goodness, here go another one. I bet people see this stuff when I'm talking, when I'm speaking and talking, they say the same thing. Oh, here go another guy with that spiritual stuff. Like, I'm tired of hearing this. Like, I'm burnt out on it too. Because nobody's networking with each other. Nobody's really networking. You know what I mean? Everybody want to know and want to be the one to know, and they can bring messages, give messages, and and that's what they're doing their part. And then they don't know how to just on their videos. You know what I mean? If they just upload a video, they can't discern like who is who on there. So I guess to me that's divine timing, and it's getting to a point now. It's like divine like taking people a little bit too long to get to you. So with me, you got to be at the top of the status quo. That's way, you know what I mean, through my frequency. That's what shared to me. That's why I had nobody to spend. I'm big energy, and I know that. And it's not nothing to brag. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. Like when you in this type of frequency, this type of energy. And when people can see your light and um they question themselves. And then it's like you become competition, basically, without really trying to be that way. And that's why when they say they know not what they do, some, yeah. So, because they have the gifts, like me. I have a certain, some people, they have even stronger spiritual gifts than I do, but they don't create. They just come and just talk and want to be uh, main character, and everybody got to follow and listen to and want to be the word of God. No, it flows through any of us, everything, if you allow it. But if you don't, we can see it. I can see that, and then you just work yourself away from around me. So that's why I say people can see your light. That's what they usually do. That's why some know not what they do. So forth and so on. My first time ever saying that. So yeah, I'm getting better, man. I can applaud myself. I'm getting better. I really am. I think that payday, man, when it got paid my money because I was worried about it. Like, man, I need that money because I don't want to be late paying my rent because my landlords would call the cops on me because I didn't want to close the garage door when they wanted me to, basically. So I don't want to dive into that story right now. Yeah. What time is it? What I said? It's only 7:42. I got about another 18 minutes to be on here. Yeah, I'll be off here at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's nice to come here and be in so much bliss, like in my spirit. Like it's a lot better today. It really is. Even though I got my own little, you know what I mean, emotions and everything everywhere. But I'm doing really good at balancing that out. And I can see that in myself. So I'm really proud of myself for really continuing to work on myself. I really am proud of myself. I'm really excited for myself. I'm really happy for myself, man. I'm really loving myself right now for just loving myself. You know what I mean? Like, so it's awesome. But yeah, still like now I can sit here like, man, I'm bored. I want to do something. Just sit here in peace. Then my higher self kick in like, chill out, little boy, little guy, sit down somewhere. Yeah, that's so blissful, man. Whoa. Man, tomorrow is gonna be nice. I will be back at work. I did not want to go back and work for this guy over there again. And I was kind of lean towards that. If they wasn't gonna put me to work this week, I was gonna say, hey man, I'm gonna have to wait a couple weeks to come over there. Excuse me. Because the first of the month coming up. start fixing this. I need my car to fix it. But yeah, I'm gonna have more different type. I'm not gonna have different type. I'm gonna have different types of setup coming up in the future here, also too. So that's gonna be nice to have these new setups. So yeah, it's gonna be really nice. I'm not a crystals person, I don't burn incense and whatever else, candles and all that stuff. I don't do none of that stuff. But I like feathers. That's my thing. Like little setups like this with the crystals in the carpet. I like that. So summertime, I'm definitely gonna have different setups like this that I will wear. I gotta show my status quo. Gotta show my status everywhere I go. Yep. Time moves mighty slow. So yeah, I think I'm about to be off of here. So boom, I'll holler. I'm out.